家伙就是花生啊，好，他的医生助手，有点掰咖的那一位，旁边的钥匙复活就是福尔摩斯。What happened?
I feel
no good.
Deathly.
And you look it. Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits.
夏洛克·福尔摩斯好像有吸毒吗？是吗？各章剧情有连贯吗？其实还好哎。钥匙不活。
The pupil is dilated.
瞳孔放大啊。What the hell?
The pupil.
然后嘞。
The temperature appears to be normal.
温度正常啊。它各章其实没有说特别连贯。对啊，所以其实各章可以分开看没有关系，应该是这样子啊，思辨。
I need to concentrate.
然后还有一些小游戏啊。
A weak pulse.
10秒。
Around 50 beats per minute.
哦。
But you're dying, Holmes.
心跳
Pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? What? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here. Drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Hemlock and Datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
What? Good day, Inspector.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. I'm glad to find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one. We brought in 2 young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but what?
As I said.
And they were tied together.
You are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic? Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes. And these 2 young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane.
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman Baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
他刚刚不是才中毒吗？啊，好了，我们在这边可以看到我们的福尔摩斯的笔记本。好，地图、任务，这个还有任务节点，然后还有之前的那个，好，之前的故事剧情这样子，好，然后跟你的选择，你可以也继续。火车气体，还有纪念品哦，这明明就证物啊！回音啊，还有人物肖像，之前曾经遇过的那个什么人物肖像。好，进入我们的正题啊，我们现在要进去到这边。时代背景是什么时候？当然是跟小说一样啊。然后它有推理啊，有线索，然后它线索跟线索之间交叉比对之后，会延伸新的线索出来，会帮助你推理目前的情况，让你去能够有线索可以找到真正的犯人。当然也有可能会那个推理错误，然后 朝向错误的地方，所以你就必须要那个，好好的去构思一下，根本废铁。那个是第2章的内容啊，这样子。然后这个时代的背景当然就是工业大革命之后的英国伦敦啊，所以跟枭雄差不多年代吧，应该，就是跟小说一样的那个什么时代这样子。高级的浴场，在台湾这种叫做三温暖。
With a dreadful murder, the body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
好，我们会写。
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the city council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see.
忘记什么那个可以 Google 一下，就是夏洛克·福尔摩斯的那个年代。
You found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All 3 witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
所以是密室杀人啊！有谁目击者
Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr. Phillips. He was the one who called the police. He'll be able to give you more details.
看来我们要审问第一个证人啊。那一样是可以移动啊。我们要找出杀人使用的凶器哦。菲利普，就他嘛。
Good day to you, Mr. Phillips. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
What happened?
Please tell us the chain of events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
这东西不用下定论了。
I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Oh, yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentlemen had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along, and he told us that nothing should be touched.
有其他的访客吗？
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
What happened after that?
I waited until they'd all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These doors make a lot of noise.
我们来看一下哦。轻微的皱褶，哈，这就是人物的观察时间，这夏洛克常常会用的。好，剪裁打扮自己独居，啊。他就会用这一点来观察别人。他是一个怎么样的人？我们就用这个来观察一下。闪耀的纽扣，还有几个线索。切斯特城，往下再看看。哦，这个。好，数据，这是新的。菲利普斯来自于曼彻斯特，他关心他自己和他工作的公司，并且他看起来像是个好员工。 他今天早上出门发了一封电报，也许是给他的家人。Maybe 证据，所以他有不在场证明吗？晨间电报。哦，还有这边是调查犯罪现场，还要找到凶器。不可拆，不可逆。好基友。哦。要怎么走啊？没有地图，反正都这么大而已。
The steam room's on the other side, Mr. Holmes.
哦 ，sorry， 你又没有地图，哪知道走哪边？这边吗？应该是啊，看不懂，这边就是了吧。Yeah。衣服。
These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam room.
哦。
Clothes belonging to one of the suspects.
哦，这是更衣室啊。
Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men from the steam room.
香槟酒杯。这是什么游戏啊？这个是夏洛克·福尔摩斯之罪与罚。然后它这个是一种应该算是。互动式应该算就是推理游戏啊，这样子。推理游戏。
Champagne for a special occasion.
好，然后我们要观察一下有什么不一样哦。Champagne.
An ice bucket to keep the champagne chilled.
Champagne.
Unopened. It was intended to be enjoyed after the steam session.
Champagne. 观察完毕，它就会放回去了。Champagne， 更衣室啊，哦，喷了都哦，桑拿室。妈，他们3个人都在这边等我啊。Well， yeah， 哇，击中右眼。
Ah, death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Roman piquancy.
Had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that.
然后我们来调查一下尸体啊，这有点血腥18禁了，但是没有关系。
There was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
瞬间啊，还有一个华生解说啊，血液。
The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large.
冰放多久还没融化哦？那就可能是。
Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample.
啊，采样。
Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample. Some dirt or earth. Look, Watson. He was wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session.
啊。好，还有看一下还有哪边呢？血液。应该是没有了。调查一下血液。
I should check this blood sample at Baker Street.
哎呀，还有 T。哇
This key was covered in blood. I should ask Phillips about it.
钥匙啊。然后我们可以利用福尔摩斯的鹰眼模式，还有鹰眼。然后找寻一些线索，漏死掉的线索。
What should we do next, Holmes?
眼镜，调查一下。哎呦，破损了。
One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the
怎么会把
brazier.
眼镜放在这火盆上面啊？搞不懂哎。
These lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted.
近视眼镜啊。OK。
The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme. I will need something to pick up this melted metal.
Oh.
It is too hot. I cannot reach into it.
啊，需要夹子啊。有没有夹子嘞？夹子啊。 给我个夹子好不好
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
好，你知道我需要夹子啊，别。我去找警官好了。
Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes， 妈，你就只讲这一句而已啊。火盆需要物品啊。啊，看来也是这里。为什么他也是受磨猎的？你干嘛不说他是那个枭雄？就是他。有没有什么东西？蒸汽开关哦。
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
真的，看都无啊，关掉。没有夹子吗？算了，我先来审问一下好了。毛巾上的血液哦，这些人就脱光外面等啊，对啊。
Blood traces wiped on the towel.
哦，这边还真的是很那个。哈
It's horrible. So Rodney is dead. Can't we speak about it somewhere else?
这些警长真的是白痴啊！干嘛要证那什么？嫌犯在这边啊，热死人呢，还叫一个警察在那边站岗，吃饱他的闲啊。
I'm in shock. I don't want to talk.
It's horrible. I can't talk at the moment.
这真的是啊，虐待啊！需要一点东西哦。我喷了之后啊，冰块吗？倒冰块下去，不知道怎么样。
An ice bucket.
都已经调查过了。还有什么没有那个？这边调查过了。
I cannot leave.
已经见到尸体啦。这里调查过了。够戒指。
The death is very recent, between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
所以是30分钟前的事情啊。
I think we have found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
流血就是犯人啊，这个。
We don't have many leads here.
你刚刚不是说他不是吗
？Is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
Mr. Holmes,
please have the body removed without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes.
I was wondering, Holmes, it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities. The murderer was in a hurry, or he is an artist, or a ghost, or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous. Do you know that?
啊，我真的需要一个夹子之类的。
The grid cannot be removed. The weapon is nowhere to be found.
所以没有凶器了。
The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme. I will need something.
那商品到底说这边会有一个什么挖沟的啊？一个铲子之类的啊，用眼镜也可以啊。啊 ，shit！ 去找警官啊。 我要工具啊，道具啊，
Mr.
可以给我。
Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard.
苏格兰。
You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
Yep. 不反对。
Please wait. I need to do something first.
Yeah. 需要工具啊。冰块杀人吧。蒸汽是钥匙。
How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared. I don't know where it is.
Did you leave the baths at any time, or receive any visitors?
No, sir. I did not.
离开工作岗位。选择正确的回答。
No, sir. I did not.
啊哈。晨间电报。
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning, and you went to the post office, where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was for someone in Manchester.
Mr. Holmes, it's impossible. I'll tell you everything. I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see.
谁带了香槟啊？
There is a bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention. Do you believe that it's important?
OK， 我需要一点东西哦。有没有道具啊？这下可好了。道具啊。
Mr. Holmes, I should...
Wait.
Please wait.
These baths are becoming sinister.
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes? 妈，这些警察只会讲这种话而已。啊 ，God， 谁可以给我一些东西呀
？These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam room.
我需要一点铲子什么之类的，把那东西拿起来。
I can't Do we have... It's horrible. I can't...
If you... I feel ill. I want to go.
I don't want to stay here.
血迹，
Blood trail.
它有，哇吼，没有东西可以拿起来了。
The brazier is still burning.
我看一下。可以在调查中。啊，我需要一点东西呀。到哪去找东西呀？
I will need something to pick up this melted metal.
到哪去找东西呀？
It is
Will。华生的手，华生手借我，我需要你的手。
We don't. Have you found something interesting?
有，我拿不起东西，你可以帮我拿一下吗？Oh no！ 还有旁边这是什么？哦，哎呦
This area.
Open the door， 还有这边啊，它有东西，开门，架子啊。好，我看到有东西可以拿了，在哪里啊？然后不会啊，有。哦。
Glass plate negatives.
玻璃底片
A remarkable.
玻璃底片
A glass plate negative is missing. It is a glass plate negative.
这已经没有了，跟玻璃片有什么关系啊
Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
哦，桌子啊。罗德尼先生的草图哦，亲爱的草稿啊，亲爱的朋友，我希望下个月能在滨河大道浴场开一个记者招待发表会。1893年是我在埃及工作。哦，罗德尼啊。 诶，罗德尼是谁 ？The Paper， 罗德尼本人有钱有魄力的绅士哦。不可饶恕的独裁者，还有这个 Times， 看，滨河大道浴场。时代杂志。 哦，这个文件是什么东西啊？一个金属盘子哦。这感觉像是一个盾牌啊，盾牌没错啊。看一看。
A shape has been cut in the plate. What should be done with
it? 就这样子把真物干走了，这样可以吗
？Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
这个也接，还好啊，调查完毕都会这样子啊。哦，有东西可以拿，这个钳子拿走。
Tools used by.
啊，太好了，这边应该调查完毕了吧？我看一下，银眼，OK，Open the door， 然后这边旁边有没有？ 我的天
My God, are you all right? I wonder how this could have happened.
Yes, it is somewhat treacherous. Fortunately, I am unscathed. To where does this corridor lead?
To the frigidarium, the cold room.
Barely unscathed and by a very small margin. And treacherous is an understatement.
这下可好了，倒下的方块啊，怎么会倒下嘞
？It does not matter. If our
What should we do next, Holmes?
妈的，华生只会在那边讲啊。好，我们赶快去拿证物啊！融化的金属哦，搞不好跟那个什么凶器有很直接的关系吧。
I I should analyze this melted metal.
分析一下。